Have you ever struggled to get your point across? Well, in this explainer, we are unlocking the secrets to clear communication. We're going to give you a powerful toolkit to explain absolutely anything to anyone and do it effortlessly. You totally know that feeling, right? You have an idea that is just crystal clear in your own head, but when you try to share it, you just get these blank stares. Something always gets lost in translation. And look, it's a super common frustration, whether you're teaching, trying to sell an idea, or even just sharing something cool with a friend. And trust me, it's not just you. We're all up against some really powerful barriers when it comes to clear communication. I mean, there's information overload for sure, but there's also this thing called the curse of knowledge. That's when we know a topic so well, we completely forget what it's like for someone hearing it for the very first time. These are the hurdles we've got to learn how to clear. So, how do we actually do it? Well, today, we're going to walk through a complete game plan. We'll kick things off by understanding the challenge itself. Then we'll dive into some powerful mental models for clear thinking. After that, we'll learn how to craft a message that people actually want to listen to, see how AI can be our co-pilot, and finally, put it all together into a practical communicator's toolkit. Okay, let's start with the core challenge. In a world that is just getting more and more complex every single day, the ability to explain things simply, well, it isn't just a nice skill to have anymore, it's a superpower. But mastering it means we first have to understand why it's so tricky in the first place. So, where do we even begin? It all starts with how we think. See, before you can explain something to other people, you need to have absolute clarity yourself. And that is where mental models are so incredibly powerful. Think of them like frameworks for your brain, helping you deconstruct any topic and see it with totally fresh eyes. First up is a really powerful one, first principles thinking. So instead of starting with all the assumptions and the way things have always been done, you break a problem down to its most basic, undeniable truths. A great example is how Elon Musk approached rockets. Instead of just accepting that they were expensive, he asked, what are rockets actually made of? By starting from those raw material costs, those fundamental truths, he found a radically cheaper way to build them. That's the power of this model. Next up, let's completely flip our thinking with a model called inversion. Instead of always asking, how do I succeed, you ask the opposite. What would absolutely guarantee my failure? So let's say you want to give a great presentation. Well, what would make it terrible? A confusing message, maybe? Boring slides? Speaking in a monotone voice? By just making a list of those things and avoiding them, you're already halfway to a fantastic presentation. It's that simple. And our third mental model is a classic, Occam's razor. This is all about the beauty of simplicity. When you're faced with a bunch of different explanations for something, the simplest one, the one with the fewest what-ifs and assumptions, is usually the right one. It's basically a mental tool for cutting through all the noise and getting straight to the point. You see the pattern here? All of these models point to the exact same goal, taking a complex mess of ideas and finding that simple, clear line that runs through them. A truly great explanation doesn't show off how much you know. It makes a complex idea feel simple and, frankly, obvious to your audience. Okay, so now that we've got that clarity in our own minds, how do we actually transfer it to our audience? This next part is all about crafting the message, the practical, nuts and bolts steps to building a story that will actually engage people and stick with them. All right, here is a super simple but incredibly useful trick, the 150 words per minute rule. It turns out the average person speaks at about, you guessed it, 150 words per minute. So if you write a script, you can easily figure out how long your explanation is going to be. Got a 300-word script? That's about a 2-minute video. It's a fantastic little hack for managing your timing and, most importantly, respecting your audience's attention. This principle is absolutely fundamental, especially for a visual medium like this. Show, don't tell. I mean, instead of just talking about a process, show it in action. Instead of describing a concept, use a visual metaphor. A single powerful image can often say so much more than a whole paragraph of text. Your tone of voice can seriously make or break your explanation. Before you write a single word, think about who you're talking to. Is it a busy executive who just wants the bottom line, or is it a student who might need a more supportive, friendly tone? Answering these questions right here on the screen and picking a few key adjectives will help you stay consistent and really connect with your audience. Now, this is a critical distinction. Are you writing for the eye or for the ear? The absolute best way to check is to read your script out loud. Does it sound like natural conversation, like the example on the left? let's walk through how to boost your team's productivity. Or does it sound like you're reading from a textbook, like the one on the right? This module will endeavor to elucidate, yeah, no. If it doesn't sound right to your own ear, it's definitely not going to sound right to your audience's. Okay, let's talk about an amazing tool that can accelerate this entire process: artificial intelligence. Now, the key here is to think of AI not as a replacement for your own thinking, but as a tireless brainstorming partner. It can help you generate ideas, find your blind spots, and refine your message way faster than you could on your own. One of the easiest and honestly most effective ways to use AI is a technique called role prompting. So instead of just asking a question, you start by giving the AI a specific persona. You tell it, you are a teacher, or you are a historian, or you are a friendly expert. This one simple step dramatically improves the quality and focus of the AI's responses. It's a game changer. Just look at the difference this makes. On the left, without role prompting, you get a really dry technical definition of an API. But on the right, just by telling the AI to act as a teacher, it comes up with this brilliant analogy. An API is like a restaurant menu. That simple shift takes a complex technical concept and makes it instantly understandable. It's awesome. But AI can go even further than that. You can actually use it to build out detailed personas of your audience. Ask the AI to imagine different types of learners, people with different backgrounds, different goals, different challenges. This helps you stress test your explanation and uncover any of your own hidden assumptions or blind spots. And take a look at this example persona for Maria Garcia. This isn't just some generic demographic, right? It's a detailed picture of a real person with specific goals and real challenges. When you start crafting your explanation with someone like Maria in mind, you start to see your own content differently. You might realize, hey, my examples aren't very relatable, or my instructions aren't clear for someone who's super busy. This process just makes your explanation better for everyone. All right, let's put it all together. Clear thinking, careful crafting, and AI acceleration, these aren't just separate techniques. They form a powerful, repeatable system for creating truly great explanations. Here it is, the complete framework in 3 simple steps. Number 1, think clearly. Use those mental models to deconstruct your topic. Number 2, craft carefully. Build your message with a consistent tone and a big focus on showing, not just telling. And third, accelerate with AI. Use it as your creative partner to brainstorm and make your ideas even better. So you see, this isn't just theory. It's a practical toolkit that you can start using today to become a much more effective communicator. So the final question is really for you. What complex idea are